Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here today morning, October 5th, 8 o'clock Pacific time. And I really appreciate your presence. This is our first speech in the 8 o'clock one. We do have two speakers, Kris as well as Rosemarie. It is my pleasure to introduce both Kris as well as Rose. Both are working in my PQD team, and Kris is a member in Toastmasters 23 years, and he has earned 2 DTMs. Also, he helped to charter the La Palma Toastmaster, a 15 years club since 2010 with a record of 14 straight President Distinguished Club status. We are very happy to have a La Palma Toastmasters in District 100 because it's a great club, I know. He was with the founder district earlier and during 2008 and 2010 earned area director of the award, the area director of the year and the division director of the year. Also, Rose has been a Toastmaster since 2019, and Rose is a member of La Palma Toastmasters as well. So, Rose is working as my PQD team as a contest chair, as well as Kris is working as in my PQD team as a chief judge. So I'm very happy to have both of you in my team, and floor is yours. Both are going to talk about role player in a contest. So our theme is to aware people, to aware members in Toastmasters, because our contest is coming up, and we started this early to aware them how can be a role player in a contest. That is a theme of this speech. Thanks. Floor is yours, Rose and Kris.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and share my screen.
Are you going to put up the slides, Rosemarie, or shall I do that for you? Do the sharing or?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Are the slides?
Yes, so I'll go ahead and share it if you can kind of help me through it, and then let me see. It looks like someone else is also sharing, so I can't do it.
No, you can't see the slides?
Actually,
Or are you going to share it?
Rose,
Yes.
Kris is sharing. That's why you cannot see. Kris, what you can do,
Okay,
just
okay.
click
Yeah,
the chat.
go ahead, share.
Okay.
Go ahead and share. Share your slides, please.
Okay. So good morning and welcome to the Toastmasters International Speech Contest discussion on the role players. This is held in D100, and it will be discussing the clubs contest, the area contest, the division contest, and the district. So on our agenda today, we will be covering what is the contest, when the contest will take place, where the contest will take place, the role players and the need for help on those, and then the participants, and lastly, we'll be discussing resources. So first of all, what is the contest? Well, it's a Toastmaster tradition that's held every year. Each club will conduct their own speech contest. Each club will choose the contestant who will move forward. to the area contest, and then the area contest winner will proceed on to the district contest. The winner from the district will proceed on to the division and then to the district.
Let me just quickly intercede for one quick second, Rosemarie. There is a question that popped up saying that which contest is a District 100 doing this year? And so I think we could probably go into details as we go to the next slide as to what are the types of contests that will be held at the club level, the area level, the division level, and the district level. Okay.
Oh, yes. So I was getting to that next. So it's the online clubs, which is up to D100 only. And then the international speech is the in-person from clubs to District 100 and beyond. On this slide, do you have anything to add, Kris? No? Okay.
I think Rosemary, let me just add to this slide here. I think that when we start the club contest, it'll be initially at the club level. And generally, it will be held in the month of January. The idea being that by end of January, the clubs will be in a position to determine a club winner for the two types. One is for the online as well as for the in-person, if the club wants to do it. There are several clubs within District 100 that meet only online. Some of the others meet either hybrid or in person, so they can participate in both those kind of contests. And so the dates for the various contests are listed here, starting with all the area contests will be held together on March 6th online at 6 p.m. On the 7th of March, the international contest will be held at 9 a.m., which is an in-person contest, and it will be held at the location in Pasadena, the Caltech location. Similarly, the division, which happens about 2 weeks later, will be on March 20th, online at 6 p.m., and the following day, international at 9 a.m. physically at the same Pasadena location. And finally, once the winners from the division will move on to the district contest, which will be done on April the 10th, online at 6 p.m., and the following day, following the district conference, on April 11th, at 9 a.m., the international in-person contest will be up. That's the layout, current layout as determined by the district. I guess subject to change, but this is the path that the district is planning in terms of when to hold the contest. And so the question is that only online international speech as well as international speech in person. Those are two kind of contests we have. Let me ask whether Katie, right, did we answer your question in the chat box that you had? Katie?
Yes, you did answer it. I guess I was a little confused because I know some other districts have some speeches like humorous or tall tales or evaluation, but we basically just do like a 5 to 7 minute international style speech.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
No other contests are being planned by the district at this point in time. As we know, only one contest, international speech, 5 to 7 minutes, either online or international. Online will be only up to the district. In person, where you go beyond the district to the international level, that will be in person at a club level if you want to, at the area level on March 7th, the division level on March 21st, and international at the conference on April 11th at 9 a.m.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay. Rosemary?
Thank you. So where is the club held? As Kris mentioned earlier, the online speech is online as it is in the title. And then the in-person is the Caltech campus in Pasadena, California.
Yeah, this is the most important one. Yeah. To hold it, yeah. So let me just kind of start it off, and then you can add to that, Rosemary. To hold any kind of contest, we need to have a whole lot of people to have a good contest. If you've been to a speech contest, you may not realize the number of people involved in helping conduct the contest. Obviously, for a start, we need to have contestants. And this is where the opportunity for the area directors and division directors and club presidents to try and promote within the club the idea of a contest, a speech contest, so that they can get members excited about participating in the contest. Because if you participate in a contest, you are trying to test your mettle against your fellow Toastmaster members, as well as against other clubs, against other areas, and hopefully eventually against internationally. So we need contestants as part of the any contest. And then we have a contest master, and I'm going to let Rosemarie kind of talk about what does a contest master do. And we need it at every level, area, division, and so on.
Yeah, thank you, Kris. So each contest will need the contest master who will be opening, who'll be introducing the speakers, similar to the Toastmaster during regular meetings. We also need a test speaker who will be testing the microphone and things like that during the contest. Similar to our regular meetings, we also need a sergeant at arms. And then lastly, I'm sorry, we'll need the judges, timers, and ballot counters, and I'll let Kris talk about the judges.
Yeah, that's an important thing Rosemarie just mentioned. In any contest, we need to have a judge that will pick a winner. The one point we need to remember is that in a contest, speech contest, we are picking winners. We are not evaluating the speech. It's very, very critical that contestants realize that in any kind of speech contest, when the judges pick a winner, they're picking a winner. They're not evaluating a person's speech. And then to help the judges make sure that they're impartial and to some extent they're able to judge the speech itself, Toastmasters International has provided a judging document which will be provided to them that will help them to understand as to how they're being judged to be able to pick a winner. And so we need judges, we need a chief judge for every level, every contest. We also need voting judges. These are individuals that are willing to volunteer to come to the contest and actually listen and observe the speeches, and based on the impartial hearing of the speech, they can actually give some points to individual sections of the speech and be able to pick a winner. And the chief judge is the one that will help manage the 5 or so judges, depending on each level, and then collect the judge's ballot, and then work with a so-called ballot counter to help figure out who won the contest. So a lot of players required for any contest. So if you take a typical contest, like for example, at the district level, we'll need at least 7 judges and a tie-breaking judge. And then we need to have at least 2 ballot counters. And also we need timers, because timers are the players that actually show the contestants the 5 to 7 minutes. The green light at 5, the yellow at 6 minutes, and at 7 red lights. There's a methodology to that, and all this will be available in the contestant booklet that is available online for anybody to see. So in terms of the number of players we need, actually with sourcing, we need right now, when we start to have the contest in January, February, March, is that people willing to learn what are the aspects of these activities, whether they are a judge or a ballot counter or a timer. And we'll have follow-on training between now and December so that individuals are ready and prepared to participate and do a good job of helping pick a winner, not only at the area level, but also division level and also the district level. Rosemarie?
Thank you. And I'm not sure if you mentioned it, Kris. We do need 2 timers and 2 ballot counters. For the online contest, we will need an additional timer, and that's as a backup for any technical difficulties that may occur during the contest. I think we have some questions. I can't pull them up though.
Yeah, I could see Katie write a question. She said, if the contestant belongs to more than one club, are they allowed to compete in one club? So the question is, if a contestant belongs to more than one club, are they allowed to compete? I don't understand the question. What do you mean by one club? Katie, can you explain what?
Yeah, are they only allowed to compete in one club? If they belong to multiple clubs, can they compete representing each of the clubs that they're in? Or is it a situation where each Toastmaster only gets to choose one of their clubs to be a contestant in?
I believe, again, we need to probably verify the rules on in the rules book, but I believe that if you are if your club picks you as a winner based on your club, then I think it's eligible to compete against other clubs within that area. And then, so your question is that if the same person is also picked by the same, that's a unique coincidence that I don't want to get into right now, but we look at the club rules to make sure that we understand how it is done. But generally, each club has to pick a winner, and they are responsible for picking the winner. And then as long as they are, if somebody else is part of another club and he rightfully was picked as a winner for that club, then I believe that they probably have a right to participate. And to some extent that negates the need for a contest. That's something that we have to probably ask TA headquarters to make sure that we are not breaking any rules there. But I would suggest, Katie, that you gotta go back and look at the rules book to make sure that we are not in conflict with what has been laid out as the ground rules.
It's the deal.
Okay.
I have something what I know to comment about that. If you are a member in two clubs in the same district, you can compete in the club level, but if you are a winner for both contests, when you come to the area contest, you have to choose one.
Okay.
For contest level, you can do in a club, but if you are a winner, you cannot represent both club in the same area. That's what I know. I am going to search the contest rule book and I'm going to add it into the chat. So it will really help.
I just figure a lot of people, I'm going to try and get people excited to want to compete. So if I get weird questions, I would just, if I'm thinking of a weird question, somebody else might too. So I'll go ahead and study the book more. Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Oh, these questions are really help, Katie. Yeah, I had before.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Katie.
And then the last thing I'll add, this will go along towards more of the training, but just in case anyone does ask you, Katie, for the international speech contest, names will be drawn for the speaker position. And then the online speech contest, those are randomized with a shared screen. So just in case you're asked any of those questions.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
But also, just to add, the rule book itself is fairly long and it's got a lot of detailed instructions. And in this case, you're only dealing with one type of speech contest, which is the international speech contest. That is a fairly straightforward 5 to 7 minute speech. And then there are several categories in the judges' ballot that lays out the criteria as to how the judges will pick a winner. And they're supposed to be impartial because each judge will in fact sign off saying that they will act impartially. If not, they will not, their ballots will not be counted at the end. So clearly Toastmasters wants to make sure that everybody follows the four basic, I think the criteria that Toastmasters has in terms of,
Thank you, Kris.
Integrity, respect, this, those are very important. Unless you do that, you break the norms of running a good contest. Yeah. I see that Monnica put up the speech contest rule book on the chat feature.
Do we have any more questions? It looks like there might be one more question. I can't tell. No? Okay. I will move on.
Also, I have something to ask. When I was a division director, I couldn't do any role player in the contest.
I think the next slide probably answers that,
eligibility. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's put up the next slide because it looks like that it's dealing with that thing. Go ahead, Rosemarie. I think it's
okay. So as far as the participant eligibility, so for contestants, they must be a paid Toastmaster member belonging to a club in good standing. They also must maintain eligibility at all levels of the contest. And for the international speech contest, they must have completed level 2 or have a DTM. And then as far as the role players, they must be a paid Toastmaster member for a minimum of 6 months and be physically available on the contest date. Let's see. I'm trying to look at my notes, I'm sorry. And then going back to the contestants real quick, if at any level it is determined that the contestant is ineligible, it'll go to the next or the previous contestant within that club or that area who's in good standing.
But Rosemary, I believe you're referring to is the fact that if it's at a club level, if there is a winner as well as second place finisher, generally the winner is the one that advances to the next level. However, if for whatever reason, if the winner of the contest at the club level is unable to participate, then automatically the person who came in second is eligible to be moved on to the area level of contest. Same thing happens with the area level and to the division level. Yeah, am I making sense? Just to Umanga?
Yeah.
So everybody advances based on the winner, and generally the winner is unable to participate. The second person that came in will move
Yes.
as a
Yeah,
representative.
that is true.
And it is
Also,
all-
I think it is good to add something, as I mentioned here. If you are in the district council member, if you are a member in district council, you cannot be a contestant at all. So
yeah, if
what
you're
I
moved-
mean, trio members as well as division directors and the area directors, they cannot be a contestant in any contest in TI.
In other words, for example, if somebody is a member of District 100 at the area director, for example, but if they are a member of a club or whatever in the founders district, they can absolutely compete there, but they cannot compete within the District 100. So basically, if you're an officer at the district level, then you're not allowed to compete, but you can certainly compete as a club member in another district. Yeah, so that is clear. Yeah.
Okay, Katie has a question.
Hi, I belong in two districts. I have a district role here in District 100, but I'm a club president in Founders District. I was under the impression that I'm division director, that if you're at that level, no way can you compete at any contest anywhere. But am I understanding now that it's possible that in Founders District as club president, is that person still eligible?
I believe the club, I mean, my take on that one is, and I could be wrong, but my take on that is that if you're a club member of another district besides D100 right now, then unless you're an officer at the district level there, I believe you're eligible to compete. Meaning that
That's
you can hold the
interesting.
contest at your club level, even though you're the president, but make sure that the contest, the chief judge make sure that he or she goes through the process, and then if you're the winner, then you're absolutely eligible. I believe based on the rules we know about right now, and at that district you can do that.
I'll be darned. I'll double check that.
You're president. By being a president, I believe that president. I think it doesn't bother you from that. That's my understanding.
Yeah, actually, Katie, double check. Please read the book, and
Yeah.
I didn't read for a long time. But please double check, because what I know, if you are a division director in District 100 and president in Founders District, what I know, you cannot compete because all the division directors belongs to the TI, right? I mean, so please double check.
That's the impression I was given, so I just assumed I could not compete at all.
Yes, that's
so
what
I became very intrigued by the idea that, oh my goodness, could I? But
no,
no, it feels like inherently, instinctively, it feels like it's probably cheating. Although I have no pull on anyone in Founders District, but yeah, I'm okay with abiding by the rules. I just
yeah.
Chris's comment sure got my attention. I thought, I wonder.
Also, one thing I really want to share with you all, when I was in District 8, I never compete for anything. All the time I was in a one district role, like area director or division director or something else, but I never had a chance to compete. But after I moved to District 100, what I heard, I really want to double check this one with the contest rule book. I was not able to help as a judge or any role player in the contest. It is because I was a division director and area director in District 100. But when I was in District 8, I was able to help as this role, contest role. Shala, do you have something to add? Or Vikum, do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I would say on that one is I love how everyone says check the rule books because Toastmasters International does update the rule books regularly. And what I would caution everyone is that if you are a district officer anywhere in Toastmasters International, please know club level is a little bit different than stepping into area, division, and district. So different districts have different types of clubs. So different types of contests. So thank you so much for asking about what other contest is District 100 having. So since District 100 is having the international contest that is worldwide, no one in any district office can compete in a club contest. I'm sorry, in a area or division contest. Now, on the club level, they'll say if you're a district officer, please don't compete because you will be in competition with other people that truly can go forward. Now, just know if you are a member of multiple clubs, and if you're not a district officer, you can decide, hey, on the club level, I'm going to enter every club contest that I'm a member of. That's great. See if you win. Woohoo. But now, if you do win, you have to seriously consider which area you would like to move forward in because you can only move forward in one area contest in one division, no matter how many districts you are a part of. Toastmasters' first core rule is integrity. So they really want to make sure that one person is competing in one area, in one division, in one district, all over the world. Is that kind of clear for everyone? But also check the rule books because you just want to make sure what has changed, what's been updated, because we did find out some interesting things that were a little bit different this year. So again, we want everyone to have an opportunity to advance and be on the world stage. But now, mind you, this is for international. Other districts have, like in District 56 that I'm also a member of, we do have the evaluation contest going on this year. In Atlanta, they have international, they have evaluation, they have table topics, they have so different divisions have different contests. So just know all the other contests are on the district level. International is worldwide. So worldwide, you cannot be an officer of any sort and be in the contest. If
Charlotte,
it is,
Charlotte, may
pardon?
I interrupt you one quick second? I'm looking at
Yes.
Charlotte, this is Krishna here. I'm trying to look at the speech contest rulebook on page 7 of 33. I think this is what it says regarding the eligibility of to compete in international speech contest. It says obviously no incumbent international officer directors, region advisors, region advisory applicants, district officers whose term expired June 30th, district director, program quality director, club director, administration manager, so down the line, include up to area director. Then it says international officer director candidates, immediate past district directors, candidates for district position for election, members who are serving in contest official or presenter roles that meet the following criteria, meaning voting judges, timers, ballot counts, and so on. And I don't see the one you're talking about where it says that Toastmasters and it says Toastmasters who are members in more than one club and who meet all eligibility requirements are permitted to compete in the club contest in each club in which they hold paid membership. No contestant can compete in more than one area speech contest of a given type, even if two areas are in different divisions or districts. I think that's
Exactly.
a look for. Number 9 on page 7 of the contest rule book.
Right. So what that's saying is, again, you cannot compete in multiple areas, but it also goes a little bit more than that too. So with the rule books, you cannot be in two districts competing in the international speech contest. So you have to pick an area. You have to pick a district. You can't compete in two districts. So what I mean by that is I can't be in District 56 and District 100 and be in the speech contest this year in the area or division or district level. It's only one person per area, per division, per district moving forward. So you don't have two opportunities compete in the world champion of public speech. You don't have two free passes, no matter, or multiple passes, and depending on how many districts you're in. So you have one opportunity, regardless of the club. So does everyone kind of understand that? You get one chance. If you're in clubs, you can compete in as many clubs as you want. But once you step into that area, you have only one opportunity. You have to choose which area are you going to compete in or which district you're going to compete in. You have one chance, just like everyone else. So that's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Cheryl. Good clarification. So the defining point is rule number 9A. That's the one that clarifies very clearly. You cannot go beyond the club level.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Also-
Cheryl. Great help.
Yeah, Kris, I have a point. So, Shala, what is, as an example, Katie is a president in Founders District in a club, and she is a District 100 Division Director. Can she participate in a District 100 contest as a judge? What do you know?
So here's the things about the judges. So we do want to read what the speech contest rulebook says about judges. And then I would ask everyone to please remember the core values, because this is the part where my district was like, what, Charlie, you want us to do what? I want to take it a step further. Let's think for just 1 minute. Who is this contest for? Our members, the people that are actually speaking in the speech contest. So what I would ask every person that is going to be the contest chair and the chief judge, please let's remember integrity. Let's choose judges that may not have judged or are judging 4 or 5 other contests. Make sure that these judges are not. Sometimes it's hard to find judges for people, and some people ask the same people over and over and over and over again, year after year. That means that those judges are helping pick who the district, or who the area, the division, the district champions will be. Every person has some sort of unconscious bias, not on purpose, but it's just some people like chocolate, some people prefer vanilla, some people like strawberry. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's your personal preference. But if you get an opportunity to judge every contest, you really are putting your preference above the speakers having a multitude of impartial judges. So let's just make it fair on that. Now, to get back to the question that you asked, what the contest rulebook is saying is that so no one has any unconscious hidden agendas. If because they even say if a member of your club is speaking even at the district level, that you can't be a judge, because you may want to root for your person, and there's nothing wrong with rooting for your person, but is it truly fair to the other speakers that are on there? So what I would ask is that if someone is from like another district, can they be a judge on something? I think most people can be fair and impartial, but you do want to talk with that person and have a conversation, because if their contestant from their district gets going towards the world stage, and if your contestant gets going towards the world stage or gets blocked by someone because, oh, their speaker is really good, they could be a challenge for our speaker. I don't think Toastmasters really think that way, because I think Toastmasters are, and this is my personal bias, I think Toastmasters are good, wonderful, decent human beings, because none of us get paid to do this. We're doing this because we love what we do, we believe in it, and we want to help others. So I would ask that if a person is a judge, just see and ask them, how many contests are you judging for? Just to make sure that your person is really getting a fair, impartial spot to that for your contestants, because just know other contestants are going to be moving forward in other clubs.
Thank you, Cheryl. Let me just interrupt quickly. There's one more question popping up on on the chat box, it says, just to confirm, from a Toastmaster cannot participate in online speech contests from one club and international speech contests from another club at the same time. So it's a very similar question to what was asked before, as far as a member participating in two different types. Well, in this case, I believe it ends at the district level. And therefore, the answer, I believe, is basically that if this is the case, as long as he cannot proceed beyond the district level, then I believe the answer is yes. You want to, since you are more experienced in this, Sharla, would you like to answer that question on the chat box?
Sure. Okay, so that's the one. Is that from Tejas?
From Tejas, yeah.
Yes, Tejas.
Yes.
Yes.
So Tejas, your question is, just to confirm, a Toastmaster cannot participate in an online speech contest from one club and an international speech contest from another club at the same time. No, actually, if it's two different contests, you can. So what I'm going to say about that is, in the districts that have multiple club contests, if you are in international from one club, that's one contest completely separate by itself. You're in no other international one. But if there's an evaluation contest that you're going to participate in another club and you're not a district officer, you definitely can move forward in those areas. Those are two separate, different contests. Even if they're in different divisions, you can do that because they're two separate contests. Only the international contest moves forward past the district level. Other districts have multiple contests. So right now, as a past district director, I'm no longer a district officer at this. I'm no longer serving as an active district officer. So if I'm a member of Atlanta, I could participate in their table topics contest this year if I won my club level. And then in District 100, if I was able to win my club international speech contest, I could move forward. Again, it's one person, one contest. So do you see what I'm saying, Tejas?
Yes. Thank you, Sharla.
Thank you so much. Yay.
I think
And
that
I'm learning and
clarifies
growing just as
great.
you all are.
Yeah, thank you, Sharla.
Thank you.
Rosemarie, would you like to continue with
Pardon?
Rosemarie, are you ready to continue with the next slide, or do
Yes.
you have more questions answered? Rosemarie?
Okay, so here we have the resources. As we mentioned, we keep mentioning, right, the rule book. We have the link here, which is the first one. And I'm not sure, is this going to be shared with everyone?
Which one?
This PowerPoint, so that way they can just go and get the
Okay,
links from here.
so what you can do, we can see in the slide, but you cannot share with us. Please click this link one by one and then copy that link and put it in the chat. That would help everyone to see what is the link. Otherwise, it will not, we cannot have access to that one at all. Also, I add in the chat to Toastmaster contest rule box.
Yeah,
No, this is little early because this is the beginning of the October. We are going to start our club contest in January. So still we have a little bit of time to read. I did, frankly speaking, I did not read the club contest rule book at all. So every year it is changing. So that's why it is good to read whole book and aware about these things.
Yeah, may I add one more thing?
Sure, go ahead.
Rosemary is trying to pull up the rule book, speech rule book on our computer. The idea is that we want all the area directors, division directors to really promote the role players besides the contestants, so that we'll have enough people to help run the contest. So that's a request that we have, humble request you have with all the area directors and division directors to please promote the need for role players at various levels, so that we can have good contest and really pick a good winner at the end of the contest. So Rosemary.
Thank you. Yeah. So as Kris mentioned, the links will take you, and I'll add them to our chat, but the links will take you basically to the rule book, the D100 speech contest, where you can find a lot more information. Let me go back. And the links basically take you to this site, the rulebook site, and then the speech contest facts and questions, and then the international speech contest semifinals.
Oh, also, I have one more thing. If you both like to share your PDF for save in your computer and put it in the chat, so then we will have all the links that you want us to have.
Okay,
That
thank you.
makes sense, yeah.
Okay. And then from here, okay, so in addition to that, we do have our contact information further below, which is Krishna as the chief judge, and then myself as contest chair. These are links to directly contact us within the D100 Toastmaster website. Those are, I believe, are being worked on right now, so it might be another week before they're fully activated. So in the meantime, if you do need to reach out to any of us, feel free to send us a message through Umanga or Charla, and then we can get in touch with you all.
Let me also add to what Rosemarie just said. Over the next 3-4 months, we'll potentially have maybe 1 or 2 more, depending on the availability, additional training sessions to help generate enthusiasm for the contestants as well as the role players as you approach the end of the year and beginning of the year at the contest at the club area and the district level. The one thing that I would point out is that I believe as part of the Learning Lab, sometime in the month of, I believe, November, December, 2 former international, I think, world champions, they're actually conducting training sessions, I believe,
Yes.
which would encourage you to attend if possible. I believe one is scheduled for December or November.
20th.
Mark, would you please like to share that, please?
Yeah. So December 20th, Mark Brown and Darren Lacroix both are going to both are going to do a contest college. So it is going to really help for District 8 members who are going to be a contestants as well as the role player. They will present more information and things, and we are going to know more about the contestings as well as how to be a role player. So please join with us. Also, the link in the District 100 website. In addition to that, what was in my mind, we, Rose as well as Kris and myself, we are planning to aware clubs. If you have a contestant or if you are going to have a club contest, to have a club contest in January, then our plan is to have a area contest in February, right, Kris? If I am saying the wrong date, please correct me. And we are going to have a division and area contest in March, and the April is our conference. Because I could not open my dates, Kris, right now.
March.
Yeah, I can share that.
Yes, please share.
Yeah,
That
the area
try to
contest,
find
I'll
my
just
date.
repeat what was already said before. The area contest will be, the online contest will be at 6 p.m. on March the 6th.
Okay.
And the international contest on March the 7th at 9 a.m. I can actually show the slide if...
yes, that would be great. Please do.
You can please let me share the screen here.
Okay.
I think Rosemarie has to drop out before I can share, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So these are the dates. Hopefully you can see them. So these are the timings of the contest, the area contest. The online contest will be at 6 p.m. online on March the 6th. And the following day at 7 p.m. at March the 7th at 9 a.m. it will be the international in-person contest at the district level, meaning the Caltech location.
Yeah.
The division level contest will be on March the 20th at 6 p.m. And then the international in-person will be at 9 a.m. the following morning, same location. And finally, at the district level, the conference April 10th on online at 6 p.m. and April 11th, international at 9 a.m. So the main point is that we need lots of judges and role players on March the 7th, March the 21st, and April 11th. In addition to that, for the online also, people that are going to participate in the online contest, we need some individuals, role players that will be the ballot counter and the judges and so on. So we need lots of players, and unless we get the individuals involved or at least interested in that, especially the newer players, all the new members that joined in the past year, they are prime players to be potentially these individuals that can help us do a proper judging and pick a winner for the various levels.
Yeah, thanks, Kris. I found my dates. I want to add two more things. So as I said, we are going to inform all the club and members about aware them to participate in contest. So our club participation deadline by January 31st, 2026. Also, we are going to start from November to aware members, but the deadline for club participation deadline is January 31st, and club contestant submission deadline, their more information submission deadline is February 20th, 2026. So club has a time from January 1st to February 20th. Until that, during that time, they can have their club contest. Right, Kris?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think that's a time frame. And as the time frame approaches, there'll be a lot more communication, a lot more, I think, emails and other forms of communication, get people involved in that and answer your questions, because one of the most important thing is that members need to know that somebody is there, the organization is there to support them, to help them progress in the contest. And the most important thing is to let them know that by entering the contest, they're taking the next step of becoming a more accomplished individual. And they get a chance to really show off what they've learned in Toastmasters with other members. You get a larger audience. For example, at the club level, you may have 10 or 15 players. If you go to the area level, you may have maybe 30 or 50. If you go to the division level, maybe 100. And hopefully the district level, we'll have maybe more than 100 people attending if possible, because that's what generates enthusiasm and participation. And more important, I think, it spreads a message about Toastmasters. Because a lot of time, people join Toastmasters because they have attended an event at Toastmasters that was in the speech contest or some other activity. And here's an opportunity to build towards that climax for the international contest by April. Thank you, Monnica.
Yeah. So also I am going to aware today we don't have a lot of area directors and division directors, but I am going to aware them in our monthly meeting, asking to start to encourage club, because if you know anyone who's interested in being a contestant in an online speech contest or international speech contest, please encourage them, and they have to complete for the international speech contest level 2 in a path. So they have a time. They do have 3 more months, so they can get ready to be a contestant. And please encourage your club and members to participate in being a contestant, as well as if you know someone who is going to be a role player, like a ballot counter or timer or judge, please encourage them. It is a very good thing, very good first step to be a role player in a contest and work on their leadership skills. So please encourage them, especially if you have a new members who never participate in a contest. This is a very good opportunity for them to attend and look at. Even if they don't like to be a role player in a contest, they can be a participant. And please encourage them to participate for these things. Also, I can see Katie has a question.
Yeah.
No, I raised my hand, but you just answered my question. So basically, in my encouraging visits, I'm going to try and get them excited about competing. But I also want to know that all the criteria that they need to be a role player is just to be a member in good standing in a club.
Yeah.
Great to know.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, I agree. If I will say a role player, yeah, anybody can be a role player because you just need to abide by the rules of Toastmasters.
I think that'll be exciting for a lot of people that have never been through a contest before. That's a great selling point.
Yeah, yeah. And I think I would encourage Katie, members of the club to at least watch the International Speech Contestant winner for this year. And it's a good way to introduce them to that at a club meeting, for example.
Yeah.
To what happened at the past international contest, the person that won the contest, how he delivered a 5 to 7 minute speech. That would be a thought starter for them. And then from there, start building the fact that, hey, that was done with the help of so many other individuals. And so you can be the star of the show, but also you can be the other individuals that help create the star by you being the judge, by being the ballot counter, by the contest master, and so on. So it's a great way to spread the message, yeah.
It takes a village to raise a champion.
No. Well, no, I think you put the seed in somebody's mind. They may not be champion next year, but maybe 5 years down the road, you might see a champion from District 100. Why not? So here's an opportunity to promote that.
Thank you very much.
Umang, I think she's there or not, I do not know, but yeah, basically we are done as far as the presentation, unless there are any other questions. Thank you for your participation. Rosemarie, do you want to add anything?
No, I'm just trying to add the links to the chat, and I appreciate everyone joining this morning. I know Sunday mornings are typically either you want to rest or you have church or things going on, so we really appreciate the support.
Also, Rose, please save your presentation as a PDF and send it to me because it has a lot of very good information. I recorded this session. I'm going to put it into the District 100 website. So when we do that, we can add your presentation also.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Vicky, do you have a question? I can let me ask you, unmute you. Okay. Okay, let me.
Your sound.
Yeah.
Muted, Vicky.
She tried to unmute herself. Okay, now she is.
Well, the reason I'm here is because I want to get more involved.
Sure.
And I want to learn more. I've only been in Toastmasters, I believe, 2 years now. And I was curious. I'm a student and I'm learning. And I'm grateful to be a part of Toastmasters. I've enjoyed it. It has boosted my confidence in being able to speak. And I want to be a supportive. I would like to become a mentor, really, for the younger people in my group. And I want to encourage and inspire. So I'm grateful to be here. And there were wonderful questions this morning. Thank each and every one of you for being of service. And once again, I'm just grateful to be a part of the wonderful La Palma Toastmasters.
Hey.
We love to have you, Vicky. So I have a contacts with Kris, and I will get to know your contact information as well as so if you like to participate anything with District 100, please contact me. I'm very happy about that. We love to have you. We love your energy and everything. So you can help to us. You can be a part of my PQD team as well as I'm very happy to have you. So I'm very happy today you join with us in this session and let's work together. So we have so many things to achieve in this Toastmaster year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vicky. Yeah.
So our second speaker is here. We do have 4 more minutes, and I think it is I think it is good to us to start and make it happen. Monnica, thank you. I am really happy today you are joining with us, and we are very happy to have you. Today we do have very small gathering here tonight, but I'm recording this one, and we are going to post it in our Toastmasters, the District 100 Toastmasters website. So I met Monica in Philly convention, and I had a very good chat, and I am very happy about that. And it was great meeting you, Monica, in person, because I got to know Monica because of Chala, and that is great. I saw that before I introduced Monica, I saw that Kris raised his hand. Kris, do you have any question?
Yeah, I appreciate, thank you, thanks Sharla for jumping in and helping out with that, those tough questions that basically have gone from memory and bringing it back. So thanks a lot, Sharla. Really appreciate it. Great do. Yeah.
It is good for all of us to read the online speech contest, not online speech contest rule book. So I didn't do it yet, but I did it before, and it is good. We do have a time, but please read it, and then we are aware about what are the things. And when we have a question, definitely Kris and Rose, both of you are going to have more questions in near future, because you both are going to involve with this contesting. So please read it, and it is going to really help. Shada, I can see you raise your hand.
Yes, I just wanted to say congratulations to District 100 for having such wonderful leaders. And with Krishna and Rosemarie, oh my goodness, I know you're going to have a wonderful contest season. I love the PowerPoint. I mean, you're all already off to a great start. It hasn't even started, and looking how you're preparing your people. This is again why I say wholeheartedly, Toastmasters are the most wonderful people in the whole world. So thank you for all that you're doing for the members, for the speakers, for District 100, for Toastmasters International. And yes, the world champion of public speech can come from District 100. Woo! Let's put on a good show. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So we do have one more minute. So I'm going to introduce Monica, and let's move on to our second speech. So Monica Ross is a passionate communicator, dedicated leader, and lifelong learner who brings warmth, clarity, and purpose to every room she enters. A distinguished Toastmaster, Monica has served in various leadership roles, including District Director and Club Growth Director, where she championed club excellence, member growth, and innovative engagement strategies. She has also served as region advisor and international director. Outside of Toastmasters, Monica led with heart in the non-profit world, serving as board president for a community-focused organization. Her background in mechanical engineering gives her a unique blend of analytical thinking and people-centered leadership. Known for her ability to develop others, delegate with purpose, and listen with intention, Monica is here to help us explore what leadership in action truly looks like. When she isn't doing 5K races, you can find Monica cheering for her favorite NFL football team, solving Sudoku puzzles, or reading the latest book on leadership. Please help me welcome past International Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Monica Rose. Let me say Monica's session today. Monica is going to talk about leadership in action, building capacity through development, delegation, and dialogue. Great leaders aren't born. They are built through international growth, thoughtful delegation, and meaningful connection. In this interactive session, Toastmasters leaders will explore practical strategies to develop themselves and their teams, delegate with clarity and confidence, and actively to foster trust and collaboration. Walk away with actionable tools to lead with purpose and increase your impact at every level of the Toastmasters journey. Monica, floor is yours.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God. I am so excited to be here, and I'm so glad that I had a chance to hear the earshot on the last part of the previous session. Vicki, you are amazing to step up, to learn, and to be a mentor. I applaud you. I could surmise that Katie is an area director.
Division director.
Yes, outstanding division director. And your team that talked about the contest season is amazing. Thank you, Charlotte, for inviting me and for not letting me say no. I enjoy saying yes to all opportunities to just to share my experiences. And Rosemarie, you're a new person in my new friendship in Toastmasters. And Tejas, I will meet you or hopefully meet your voice at some point in our presentation. As Monnica said, this will be interactive. So if you're not able to open your camera up, then I would love to hear your beautiful voices. And lastly, thank you for stepping up to leadership, because leadership is not for the faint at heart, but this is where we grow. And when I joined Toastmasters, I had no idea about the leadership journey that I would be on. With that, I'll go into my presentation if I'm able to share.
Yes, you will be. Okay, good. We can see that.
Excellent. All right. You have my contact information up front, but you'll see it again. So this is a small group. I love it. More is better, but smaller is so much more intimate, and we can have a lot of Q&A, and that's what I want to give in our presentation today. So leadership in action, building capacity through development, delegation, and dialogue. It's just a long title to say, let's grow ourselves as leaders and mentor others. I heard, Vicki, you're already on track with that. Delegating with a purpose and the dialogue. When you hear the word leadership, what one word comes to your mind? This is your first interaction. Put in the chat, what first comes to your mind when you hear the word leadership? Umaga says unity, absolutely. Mentorship. Katie, thank you. It's so important. We cannot do this journey by ourselves, so we have to, or should be, a mentor. Direction is always possible when you have someone that has gone the way that you want to go and have that direction. Challenges, yes, those challenges come to make us only stronger. Collaboration is so key. We cannot exist or we cannot do anything by ourselves. So we have to talk with someone. Talking and collaborating helps us in so many ways. In today's session, what we'll gain today is tools to grow ourselves and to grow others, the confidence to delegate with impact, and dialogue that builds trust. Are we ready? I'm ready. This is exciting. On leadership, there's several ways to connect with leadership in a way that you might use this image where you have a plant, and in this plant experience, as a leader, you're pouring into someone else. You're giving them the water. The soil is the nutrient to help them grow. They have a solid foundation. You heard a little bit about my story and my bio, but I really just joined Toastmasters at the encouragement of a friend of mine that came to my company. I joined a corporate club. I had no idea about the leadership aspect of the organization. This was beautiful for me because I needed the growth in that particular area. I was inspired by the area governors. I served during the time where the name was different. I was inspired by those area governors that came to visit. They came in with their badges, they were regal, and I wanted to learn about the leadership in Toastmasters. Before my first year was completed as a member, I signed up. I wanted to be an assistant area governor because I just wanted to learn more about the role, much like Vicki, coming in to learn and grow. I reached out to the district governor at the time and was appointed as area governor. I had no idea. Katie is a division director. I want you to know at that point, from area governor to division governor, I saw the leap in leadership. The role required both roles required two different types of leadership. And around that same time, the organization put a stop to all regional conferences. And when I heard this is the last regional conference that's going to happen, my ears stood up and I said, I need to go. I want to go and learn more. And this is where I learned that our organization further develops you. If you want to go on and be a member of the trio, this is where district leader training happened. I was hooked. After my division director year or division governor year, I was ready to take that next step. No one had to say, Monnica, what are you thinking about? What do you want to do? These leaders poured into me, and pretty much the rest is history. I'd like for us to put in the chat, when you hear leadership again, what does that mean to you? Has your thoughts changed? But we're growing and pouring into each other. That's my Toastmaster experience. I also want to share my professional experience. Growing intentionally is an opportunity for us to learn something because we're willing and we're ready to do that. In the corporate environment, there weren't many women at the top in engineering. What did I do? I subscribed to Carly Fiorina's newsletter, and I found this on LinkedIn because I didn't have a role model that was at that leadership role. She was the highest person that I could connect and touch with through her leadership newsletters. She is a former CEO of Hewlett Packard. She has an array of articles that she talks about different things. You see two examples here, management versus leadership, or diversity driving innovation. There's a plethora of topics. If you wanted to learn more, this is why I gravitated to someone that had a proven set of leaders or leadership track that I can reach out to and connect with. Let's see. Yes, thanks, Vicki. Responsibility, commitment, and cooperation is one more aspect on that leadership development. So being intentional says you have a plan and you will embrace the opportunities to be mentored. And we'll talk a little bit more about our responsibility after that to mentor others. In the leadership growth loop, I put this on ChatGPT and it created a beautiful image. We start at the learn phase. This is where we're very new to whatever goal we want to achieve. Toastmasters gives us this opportunity to practice it and to get that feedback in our experiences at any level of the organization. You could be a member, you can be in a club officer, or you can have a district leadership role. This is our opportunity to practice, and it's in such a safe space. But when we get to the point of reflection, this is the time we want to ask ourselves the question, what do I want to change? What do I want to do differently? How do I want to grow? And mentorship can help us along the way. And the last part of the leadership growth loop is repeat. This is where we find our next goal. So you might hear this concept in a different way. Lather, rinse, repeat. We're stepping up, we're learning a task, or we're learning a skill that we can bring into Toastmasters and bring into our work environment. But we have that loop, and it's a continual loop. How many of us are lifelong learners? You can just raise your hand because we're a small group here. Just about every hand was raised. This is our opportunity to practice that. Here's one of our first full exercises, a time to reflect. Who helped you grow? We'll take some time, think about it. And if you want to go ahead and write in the chat who that person was, and I'll ask for one or two of us in the group to to share who helped you grow and how is that impactful for you? And I don't need to have my hand raised. I think it picked it up when I raised my hand. All right, Katie, I'm going to challenge you. Think of one person who helped you grow. Okay, all right. Thank you. Excellent, Vicki. Tejas, if I'm saying your name correctly, I hope I'm not messing it up.
That's all right. My name can be pronounced Tejas, Tejas. I've even been called Texas.
Or Tejas. Okay, so it's Tejas?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me out there. Okay,
No worries.
who would like to share your experience on who helped you grow? Charlotte.
Thank you so much, Monica. I love to say that I love how you said about lifelong learning. Every single day, every time I visit a Toastmasters club, there is something that I can learn and grow from because it's new people that I'm around. And I can only meet these wonderful new people because of Toastmasters. And for people that have inspired me, definitely are so many leaders. Pamela McCowan, Diane, David Rebellis. I'm looking at Joe Ido, Chandra, Monica Rose. Your manga has helped me learn, grow, and develop. When I think of, there's so many, Karen Lucas, when I think of so many wonderful people that are around District 56, our past leaders, just being able to hear them, even things that Morag, our past international president, sent me a book when I was district director just to help me learn and grow. I had never met her before, but I spoke to her on the phone. And I'm like, what a Toastmasters international president is believing in me and want to give me more resources so that I could learn, grow, develop, and be better. That's the power and strength of Toastmasters. Having Matt Kinsey say positive, wonderful words, being able to speak to Morag, talking to Rowdy, and in meeting Arletta, these are just wonderful Toastmasters. And I'm not even mentioning all the fantastic international directors, past regional advisors, Charlene Burrows, our past wonderful district directors that we meet, Jackie Hauser, being able to learn and grow from others that are in our position that can help us develop and say, as I love that our wonderful past international speech champion from our last session mentioned, I see something in you, but I'm not sure exactly what it is, but they see something in us. And I love how Pam says shiny penny. So it's so many wonderful people in Toastmasters. Thank you, Monica.
All right. Thank you, Charlotte. Charlotte gave us the whole gamut. Just know that we are all in this together. And because these leaders have served before, they know it's their responsibility, but they do it just from the heart. And I appreciate all of them that she cited. I can tell you, you heard a male, female. I see in here, the club has mentored us all. You have a specific mentor, but these are the people that we'll never forget them. We will always remember how they made us feel and the willingness to share and give for no cost at all. So it's so important to have someone and never be afraid to ask that question, will you mentor me? Let's move on. Thank you all for putting in the chat who inspired you, who helped you grow along the way. Once we have developed ourselves, it is our responsibility to help and grow others. And the word is delegation. Delegation is not someone giving us a job because they don't want to do it. It's delegating with intent to help develop us all in our next steps. And how do we do that? We do that through the 4 C's of delegation. clarify the goal. We want to communicate expectations. We want to coach along the way and celebrate successes. Coaching along the way is so important. We can clarify the goal. We can mention it one time. We can have that communication. But coaching says either the person might need a little bit more help with more direct information, or we can leave it to that person to find their way and help them when they ask for advice. For me personally, I like to champion that idea. Once I've gotten some direction, I like to see what input I have and then find out what questions I might need. I'm the research type. So if it's a delegation for me, I would like to have that person let me try it first and then help me along the way. And that's where coaching is so key. But when we get it together and that project comes off successfully, our mentors are inspired to step up for contest season, and our program quality director for District 100 can see all of the growth that happens there. She has a team that she can work with and coach further if need be. But the celebration, where is that? At the district conference, and we see the fruit of our labor. So each step ensures accountability and builds capability. Now, in the 4 C's of delegation, I have another scenario. You're organizing a Toastmasters event and you need to delegate a social media promotion. Let's change the words here because we've just got a healthy conversation on the contest season. So you want to delegate promoting your district conference. Think about, what would you clarify if we asked Vicki to do this role? What would you clarify for Vicki? What guidance would you give to communicate that? And I'll go back to the 4 C's for us a little bit. And how would you follow up with Vicki if she created the social media promotion for the district conference? And think about it. My ask today in this section of the meeting is for one person to give, what would you clarify? What would another person for what would you communicate? And then lastly, what would you follow up on? So if someone is ready for what would you clarify in the communication for the district conference or district event, what would you do? How would you clarify that for Vicki?
Yeah, I would, let me take on that role there. I think the clarification should be is to really lay out the boundaries as to what is expected at the end of the conference. The whole idea would be that having this conference with the purpose of either communicating about Toastmaster or having a contest, for example, or some educational goals, or to really promote the general concept of Toastmasters in the community. So if those are clarified upfront, then it's easier to really create the architecture surrounding the communication process and so on. So I think the clarification should be as to what is the end result we want to have at the conference. That would be my suggestion.
Okay, thank you, Kris. All right, I think you covered both the clarifying and the communication aspect of it. So who would like to ask, or who would like to say, how would you follow up?
I think for me, I would definitely let her know that I'm available whenever she needs it, right? Whether that's in person or via email or phone call. As far as the coaching piece, show her an example of what's expected, right? Like, I know it's open to interpretation a lot when people convey the information. However, showing her, or at least giving her an example of what's expected, for me is helpful.
Excellent. And that's a very good point, Rosemarie, because sometimes we can get into, this is what we've already done, but an example gives inspiration for the person to use their creative skills. If we tell them exactly what we want, then they're not really learning. They're not bringing their skill, their unique skill, that we have not tapped into that. So that is so key. And then lastly, we get a chance to celebrate. You may think that celebration is at the event altogether. It can be, but how we learn on celebration along the way, as you get closer to your DTM, your Distinguished Toastmaster Award, there's a high performance leadership project that we all have done. And in one of those components is we want to celebrate those that have helped us along the way. So the person who is growing, this is their opportunity to thank that person. They haven't asked for us. They haven't asked us for any money. This is our way of saying thanks. And I've given, one of the things is people never expect anything, but when I send something, they're like, oh, how did you know? I sent a book or a notebook or a journal. And Charlotte, I know Pamela's likes, she loves coffee cups. So shh, don't tell her. I have one for her because she's helped me along the way. Even though, to wrap this all back up, even great fall apart without trust and communication. So it's very important if we're delegating to delegate with confidence and allow that clarity to come in. The communication is on point. You're definitely giving the member what they need. Coach as available, but definitely remember to celebrate the successes. When we work together, it's a beautiful thing. Delegation succeeds only when we communicate effectively. There's another part to leadership and learning, and the huge component of listening is so key. There's a section here that it's under the heart of leadership, and this acronym ALL is ask. Ask open-ended questions. Listen for what's said and what's not said, and then learn what motivates others. When you're leading, it's important to have the person that you are in a position to inspire just to listen to how they want to grow. I wrote down a lot of notes on what Vicki says. So she's curious. She's got the first step already. She's willing and ready. She wants to be a mentor. We know that. So asking the question, how can we help you be a better leader? How can we support you in your journey? Listen for what they're saying, and don't think about any other thing but that moment that you have that opportunity to listen and learn what motivates others. On listening, I have a little scenario here. Let's enjoy it for a moment.
First, there was PlayStation, aka PS1. Then there's PS2, PS3, and now PS4. And that makes sense. You'd think after Xbox, there'd be Xbox 2. But no. Next came Xbox 360. No, after 360 comes Xbox One. How many seconds of thought they put into naming it. Can you get the butter, please? However, with the Xbox One, I can control my entire entertainment system using voice commands. Up until now, I had that sooner. Get the other one. Butter? Come on. I feel like you're taking this dilemma seriously. Fine, Sheldon. You have my undivided attention. We need to learn to sleep. Larger size of the Xbox One makes you from overheating. Do you really want your gaming system to overheat? One now comes with a Connect included. Not so exactly. The PS4 uses cool new DDR5 RAM, while the Xbox One is still using conventional DDR3 memory. Why would they still be using DDR3? Are they not? Go and throw in an ES RAM buffer. The Xbox. 100% bandwidth gap between the two RAM sockets.
Are you all able to hear that? No, let me stop the share and let me go back and do this. Ooh,
We heard it time to time, Monica. It is
Say
not,
again?
we heard it time to time. It is not continuously. We didn't hear continuously.
You did not hear it?
Continuously.
Okay, okay.
But we got glad it did have the words.
Okay, here we go.
First, there was PlayStation,
How's that?
aka
Sound now?
PS1. Then there's PS2, PS3, and now PS4. And that makes sense. You'd think after Xbox, there'd be Xbox 2. But no. Next came Xbox 360. And now, after 360, comes Xbox One. Why one? Maybe that's how many seconds of thought they put into naming it.
Can you get the butter, please?
Yeah. However, with the Xbox One, I can control my entire entertainment system using voice commands. Up until now, I've had to use Leonard.
Then get the other one. Pass the butter.
Hang on. I don't feel like you're taking this dilemma seriously.
Fine, Sheldon. You have my undivided attention.
Okay, now, the PS4 is more angular and sleek looking.
No way!
It's true. But the larger size of the Xbox One may keep it from overheating.
You wouldn't want your gaming system to overheat?
No, see, well, you absolutely would not. And furthermore, the Xbox One now comes with a Kinect included.
Included?
Yes. Not sold separately. Although the PS4 uses cool new GDDR5 RAM, while the Xbox One is still using the conventional DDR3 memory.
Why would they still be using DDR3? Are they nuts?
See, that's what I thought. But then they go and throw in an ES RAM buffer.
Oh, wait a second. Who's they?
Xbox.
You're kidding!
No, I am not. And this ES RAM buffer should totally bridge the 100 gigabit per second bandwidth gap between the two RAM types.
This is a nightmare. How will you ever make a decision?
See, I don't know. What should I do?
Please pass the butter!
Oh.
First, there was PlayStation.
All right. I want everyone to come off mute. I saw a lot of laughter. Who was listening?
In the video?
Yeah, in the video.
Well, the female character, her name is Amy Farrah Fowler. She was the one who was listening. And the male character, Dr. Sheldon Cooper, was the one who was talking, but he wasn't listening. He was simply talking.
Exactly. And he also only wanted to hear what he wanted to hear, right? Yes. I think it was well worth the 2 minutes to go back and let you all see it because I saw a lot of laughter. This was, I really wanted to talk about something Toastmastery, but when I saw this one, this is perfect, I thought. Even though I don't know much about the Xbox, but he was so passionate about getting his point across that he just missed the whole opportunity of the moment they were having a nice conversation. She needed the butter and he went on without it. He got to the point because her tone had to change to wrap him back in to what was actually happening. So even though in something as trivial as choosing a game console, real listening leads to better decisions and stronger relationships. Both could walk away knowing that they were listened to, they were heard, and their time was valued. Yes, Tejas.
So that was from a TV show called The Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
That was a running gag. I don't know how many of you know the TV show that's a running gag. The male character, Dr. Sheldon Cooper, that's his personality, his behavior. He acts in that way, and that's reinforced in every episode. That's on display. That's pretty much like the centerpiece of every episode, that he is very self-centered. And they have made it's a comedy show. And they have pretty much built the entire series. There were many seasons. There are over 70, 80 episodes of this series. It is a popular series. And if you look at the video in isolation without knowing about the series and its history, you will exactly get what you described most accurately, that the male character, Dr. Sheldon Cooper, wasn't paying any attention. He just wanted to put his point forward and get what he wanted, a response that was relevant to him. He wasn't listening to what the female character, Dr. Amy Farrah Fowler, was really talking about. She was trying to be supportive, but she was also in the moment, that she was doing multiple things at the same time. She was having dinner and she was having a conversation with him.
Absolutely. Thank you for that additional context. I had no idea what was going on, but it looked like to me, this is one, you show what not to do in a way, and it's such a fun way you could laugh about it, but in real life, sometimes it's not a comfortable position to be in. So thank you for that extra context. That I think I'm going to start watching a little bit of that when I'm looking for some humor and what not to do. Make sure I do active listening.
I think another thing I'd like to add, Monica, is that one of the things we always talk about, even in any leadership capacity, is the ability to listen. And at Toastmasters, we are told, listen to what is being said before you react. And in this case, it seems to be an ongoing, continuous dialogue without any kind of pauses. And that's why we emphasize in Toastmasters, hey, pause every time to let the audience catch up with you. And it's a great example to explain that leadership involves pausing to listen. Thank you for this video. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Kris. Absolutely. You brought up some other thoughts that in conversations with others, active listening has helped in so many ways. However, when this is a personal story, there's many things that I manage outside of Toastmasters in my family life. And say if I'm calling a vendor to supply I have a family member who has medical needs. And in those conversations, sometimes when we're looking for that clarifying question and statement, I'll ask a question and the person will respond. And then I may have a follow-up question while I'm in that learning and then getting to my ask, the reason why I called. And this one conversation happened, and the person, while I was giving my question or sharing my thoughts, the person cut me off. And so I allowed that to happen. But then at the moment I had an opportunity to speak again, and this is practice. We have to take practice sessions sometimes. And we've done this as a region advisor. We've gone through scenarios where the leaders have gone back and forth and asked the questions and felt what it was like to not be listened to. But in that moment, I just shared with her, I said, you did not allow me to finish my thought. And so I thought, hey, I'm a big girl. I'm taking steps now to at least express my needs. That's going into the problem solving. That's another workshop that I've done. But listening and participating is so valuable. And this is one good qualification or one characteristic of a leader, one that will listen and not import their own thoughts, but allow the person who is looking to learn and grow to share their ideas and then ask for feedback. So to wrap it all up, the leadership triangle is not complicated, but with some foundation of developing ourselves, knowing that when we develop others, I want to give us a call to action. Take a look at the triangle and let us know in the chat which one of these three will you strengthen this month. I'm happy that we're in the first part of October, so we have the entire month of October to look at how we want to put this leadership component to action. Which one of these three are you planning or plan to develop in the next month? Tejas, all right, development of yourself or development of others? Excellent. I love it. Remember, we can't pour from an empty cup, so we have to take care of ourselves so that we can support others. All right, delegation. Rosa, thank you. You too on development. When we release and let others grow through delegation, it's an opportunity for us to learn what fruit they bring back in. And that's a beautiful gift back that you're giving someone that opportunity to share their thoughts, their creative style. Did everyone have a plan? I remember to save the chat. We've learned some great things about ourselves in the meeting today. Okay, Lauren Kelly at Toastmasters. Excellent. Yes, I know Lauren. Oh, that's one of your mentors. Develop, listen, and learn. Excellent. Thank you, Vicki. Some key takeaways today. Lead with purpose. Develop intentionally. Delegate with clarity and dialogue with empathy. Leadership is not a title, it's an action. Let's build capacity together. I have some bonus takeaways. When you're in the leadership role, learn your team, learn who you are. There's a Myers-Briggs, there's other personality type tests that we can take. I've taken the high five test, and definitely Strength Finders helps us in knowing what our strengths are, and also knowing that we don't have to develop our weaknesses. We can serve in our strengths. If you're looking for teamwork, this is one book that I have really enjoyed, The Ideal Team Player, that gives scenarios on the teamwork aspect. Anything we do in Toastmasters, we have teams that support us. Any questions? Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Vicki. Any questions? Thank you, Rosemarie.
So I do have a question. As you said, this is a kind of question versus comments. So when I joined Toastmasters, I didn't know any leadership. I just joined Toastmasters when I was in Sri Lanka because I really wanted to improve my English. That's what I heard. The person who introduced me to Toastmasters said, it will really help you to improve your English because it is one of my goals. I am still working on it. So it took many years for me to know, okay, this Toastmasters journey has two tracks, not only communication, it's a leadership. So when I joined there, when I put my step there, as well as you asked who helped you to get in here, my mentor, when I was in Rolla, he was in Chicago, Illinois. He drove from there to meet me in Rolla, in Missouri. Then we had maybe we worked together in a one day. He was a club coach director that time. After we worked together, he, it was a one and a half day, and he told me, Umanga, you have a, you have a blessed heart. You can give it to your son, as well as you are working hard to make things happen. And this kind of comment he gave to me. So I was thinking, frankly speaking, he talked to me 2 days, 15 minutes through the phone, and met one day. How did he do this kind of comment? So yeah, because actually that moment, I realized I was so happy, and that is the moment I get into my leadership journey. So when we have great mentors in our journey that really help us to start our beginning as well as our path. Also, what you share, things like clarify expectations as well as follow up and celebrate. These are, even though steps one by one, we can follow up and reach our goals. So that really help us in our journey. Because what I realized today, I'm a PQD, we cannot do alone. We need so many I mean members as well as people to make this happen. But all together, we can make it happen. We don't need to be perfect. We can start step at a time and make it happen. That is the thing in my mind as a leadership journey. Always, I believe it, I trust it, and I appreciate it, Monnica. So,
thank you, Amanga. And it's so important because we want this to be a lifetime experience for everybody. As you come and you do your very best and you go back to do your next goal, you have the encouragement and the momentum of others, because along that way, you're going to meet more people. Charlotte ran off a long list, but she could have talked another 5 minutes of all the people, and things that people that she's come across. But one point she didn't say, she was at the International Convention as a timer for one of the events. So a very new person to district leadership and serving in that role, she got a chance to meet people she would have never met had she not even attended the convention. So this is our opportunity. The platform is here. You get to paint the canvas however you want to do it. And the leader is very respectful for you to achieve that and support you. I traveled 3.5 hours to get to District 56 where Charlotte is, because I know the love that we all have when we get together. That it's indescribable, a priceless experience. We have a hand raised, DTM2VH. Who are you? What question do you have? If you're talking, you're muted. Please unmute.
it's Volenda.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Volenda.
Okay. She said, apologies, that was accidental. Okay. We're glad you're here.
Vicky, do you have any question?
I did drop in a link to do, I want to have just, hey, I'm a lifelong learner. I mentioned it. Please give me some feedback on what you thought about today's session. And if you'd like to connect, just put your information there. Thank you, Tejas. Yes, Vicky, go ahead.
Yes, I wrote you a text, and I just wanted to let you know you have been very inspirational, very well organized, which is something I need to grow in that area because I'm not very organized. But it has been a wonderful journey this morning with all of you to get more of an insight into your commitments, being knowledgeable, being leaders. I've always shied away from being a leader. And so I think this is my opportunity to at least put my feet in the water and feel what it's like. Mm-hmm. So you have been a tremendous blessing to me this morning, all of you. And my questions are going inside here, which I cannot get out now. But I have Kris and Rosemarie in my group. I just want to thank you because you laid it out so succinctly, beautifully.
Thank you.
And I'm just inspired even more. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. We all have a story to tell and to share, because as we live, we build those. And Vicky, I can just tell from your presence today, I know you might be only maybe 2 or 3 years past 21, but you have a lifelong of opportunities to share. Once you get your grounding in Toastmasters, whatever that looks like, I know it will be amazing, because you are saying, I'm here, I'm willing to better myself so that you can commit, you can communicate that passion, whatever drives you forward, and share it with the world. So thank you for being here and for stepping up. Yes, you're amazing. Everyone is amazing. I'm excited that District 100 has a leadership lab for its members, and I wish that would have been available to me. So if y'all don't mind, just let me know when you're doing something. I'm happy to come back and be a student or I can be a supporter, no matter what. That's my job.
Thank you, Monica. We really appreciate as a District 100, and we love to have you today. Even though we have a small participants in today's session, we really happy to have you, and it was great. In the future, definitely I would contact you to have another session, and we are very lucky to have you. So if you have any question, please raise your hand and ask, or even put it in the chat. Okay, I can see Shala raise her hand.
Yes, so I have a comment, then I have a question. My comment is that, again, I love Toastmasters. The same Monica Rose that you see right here smiling in front of you is the same one you will see at our international contest. With those, Monica walked up to me and said, I have someone I want you to meet. She introduced me to Morag. I'm like, oh my God. The people that you meet are just so wonderful, and you never know how they can introduce you to your next. And just what wonderful journey that everyone is on. And again, as she mentioned, as a student and as a supporter, because she is definitely 100% both and always a leader. She's someone that leads with heart and intelligence. So thank you, Monica, for being here and sharing. And I would like to ask you a question in regards to, it's two parts. Number one, what is something that was unexpected that you learned on your journey, your leadership journey? Because your leadership journey has been very vast, from the club level all the way through the district level to region, then to international. May I ask, what was the most surprising thing that you learned? And then out of that one, the most surprising one that just could be picked up from anywhere, and then the one that you hold the most dear. Thank you.
Okay. Whew. The easy one is this. What was the most surprising? When I was elected to the board, international director of Toastmasters International, when I learned I had a mentor, I had two mentors, and I had two different sets of mentors, the 2 years, the two terms that I served, the 2 years I served on the board. It was so amazing to have that support at all levels of my Toastmaster experience, and even at the highest. I had a chance to not, my personality is I'm an introvert. If I am asked a question, if it's to make a decision, I want to do my research first. So to have a board member, have a mentor, allowed me to go and learn in my own private space before I brought my comments and questions forward, so I can speak with confidence, more confidence than before, on as if I were just to talk straight from my first thoughts. So that was amazing at each level. And to have an executive mentor, someone from the executive committee that I could call on speed dial and say, hey, I got a question, that is so profound. But the one that, the things that stick with me the most are the transformational stories that I see people just seeing my little input turn into a flower that will blossom. The world champion of public speaker that says, I see something in you. If I see somebody that is strong and confident, I will ask them if they want to participate in a role. I was roasted one time, and I was basically says, oh yeah, she'll throw you in the fire. I said, no, I only did that because I knew you could handle it. And that person got out of the club. She served as an area director. She was the division director. And I didn't say anything. It was that one experience that changed her life for her to take future steps. So when I see those stories repeat, it's that leadership wheel, it's a lather, rinse, repeat. You see people and they get hooked on all of the possibilities that they can have by embracing the Toastmasters program. They, hands off, they can do so many things because they have that confidence built in. Thank you for the question, Charla. It's quite emotional because you can see so many lives that have changed, and people, when they see you, they're just excited. We're just excited to hug each other. It's a hug, a long hug, and then, oh, how are you doing? This is what convention does for me every year. Okay, I'll stop talking.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we do have a few minutes. If you have any question, please ask. Volanda, do you have any question, or Rose or Kris?
No questions. Just wanted to say how blessed I am to have come into at the exact minute that I was supposed to be in here. Thank you again.
Thank you, Rosa.
And as Amanga said, the session is recorded. So if you missed the beginning part of it, you can go back and look at the recording.
Yes.
Thank
you. Thank you, Monnica. So I believe they don't have any question. And again, we are very happy to have you. And in the future, I'm going to contact you. And let's see, we can have another sessions with you. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your day, Monica, and everyone. Thanks again.
you so much.
Bye-bye.
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 Everyone.